Hello, sunshines. Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. Today is Monday, the 2nd of May, and it is the second day of vlogs in May. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's vlog, even though there was no talking involved. Oh, by the way, my name is Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. So, May vlogs, as you can tell, go differently than my normal episodes, and I think that probably all Sunday vlogs will be non-talking because I just need a break on the weekends. Well, on Sunday. Sunday is the only day that I don't work during the week, so I like to keep it as untalking as possible for my mental well-being. Did you see in the vlog yesterday, I finished Patrick's socks and then he immediately, well, not immediately, then he went out and cut the grass and then he took a shower and then he put them on immediately. So that was really exciting. What have I been working on today? Not a whole lot because it was a school day. I did, though, work on, okay, so not a whole lot. My day was not a normal day. My one-on-one kiddo didn't come to school today because it's the last day of Ramadan. So I didn't have my normal schedule, but I did have this in my pocket. So I worked on this a teeny tiny bit while I was at school. This is a sock for my daughter. It's just a 2x2 rib down the leg. I'm gonna continue 2x2 on the top of the foot. Thinking of doing 2x2 for, I don't know, 10 to 15 rounds after I finish the gusset decreases. And I'm basically going to make them my size. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is how much yarn I have left. I don't know how much that is. Maybe I'll weigh it, maybe I won't. You'll know. It'll be on the screen if I did. So I worked on that. I'm through the heel turn. I was not there. I definitely recall working on the heel at some point this morning. So I was into the heel flap, but not through the heel. So I'm going to keep working on that. I don't have the yarn for the second sock yet. I have to wait until Saturday when the Saturday class meets. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link to last week's vlog right there, and I go into the story there. So the other thing that I've kind of been working on, I got home from school today and Patrick ordered us pizza because that is his contribution to making dinner since I have to teach on Wednesdays. On Monday he wanted to do something nice and get food. By the way, totally random. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. How exciting is that? If you are a student or you have kiddos, if you feel like you want to, tell teachers thank you for all the work they do, because teachers do a lot of work. And if you're a teacher, you are amazing. Or if you work in school at all, anyway. I'm a paraprofessional, so I'm not a classroom teacher, but I do help teach a lot of things. And today they had a candy bar for us to pick from. I did not eat any of the candy, but I did definitely grab some of that candy for later consumption. Anyway, let's get back to focusing. So I got home from school and Patrick bought us dinner and he was watching a show, and Patrick is my boyfriend, and I am a little shocked sometimes when he watches shows that I know I would love, but they're like teenager shows. And so he was watching a show and it had a whole bunch of teenager main characters, and I was like, okay, what is this? And then they were talking about magic and they were talking about fairies, and I was like, okay, I'll watch this. I don't know how far into the show I was. Maybe, I think I came in like a third of the way through the first episode. But then we watched the rest of the first episode and the second episode, and in between the episodes I was like, what is this? What are you watching? Because I really like this, but it's not the sort of thing that I feel like you are generally drawn toward, and I feel like I know these names and these characters, but I can't put my finger on it. So he was watching something called Fate. I think it was called Fate. The Winx Chronicles. Do you know who the Winx are? Have you seen this? I'll put a picture right here. They're little fairies, and there were dolls that you could like push a button and they would fly up. Mara loved the Winx like 5 years ago. So I was like, oh, that's why all of these names sound so familiar. But now they're like actual humans playing these fairies, and they're teenagers. So there's all the teenage angst, and I have only seen the first 2 episodes, and I didn't even see the whole first episode, but I'm really enjoying it, and I told him he was not allowed to watch it without me. So if he's awake when I get home, we'll be binging that. And if not, this weekend. We will binge it this weekend. But while we were watching that, I was working on this. I am ridiculous and have decided that for my friend's wedding, she's getting married at the end of the month, I need to make her a full-on Afghan. Yeah. So I'm going to make her an Afghan this month. And it is not a small Afghan. It's bigger than my wingspan by a lot. It is crocheted, and it has a cable section. It has kind of a fun texture section, and it's got different cable on the sides. So it's really fun. And if I can do 7 rows a day, I will be able to finish this Afghan. That's not really, I mean, it's a lot, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's only about 220 stitches across. The pattern is called Side by Side by Nicole St. Pierre, I want to say. NSP Designs. She used to have a podcast, but she hasn't put anything up in a while because she got pregnant, and she has a small human that she's taking care of now instead. So, you know, priorities shift when you have tiny humans. And I won this blanket because she did a blanket along and she designed this pattern. So she hosted a blanket along, and I don't remember what the rules were. It was a long time ago, but she gave me this blanket pattern for being a winner. So I am going to make this. The yarn that I'm using is Cascade Yarn 220 Superwash Merino. It's very, very soft. It is lovely. So yeah, plan to see this blanket a lot this month because I just, why do I need to make an Afghan? Why? I don't know. I just do. I just feel it in my bones. I started it April 30th. So the day before these vlogs started, I started it because I was just like, oh, I need to make this. This is the thing that I need to make. And it started like on the 28th of April. My brain was like, hey, what if we did this? And I was like, go away, get out of there, get out of the brain. Like, that's too much to put on our plate. And then my brain was like, but I think we could do it. I'm pretty sure we could do it. Come on, friend, we can do it. So, okay, brain, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm almost through the first pattern repeat, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not all of it is intuitive, but mostly it's intuitive. I think after the second repeat, my brain will have the cable sections like locked in. They're not quite there yet, but the rest of it is. So it's going pretty quick, and if we're watching Winx tonight, then I can knock out the rest of the rows that I need to do for today. It should be fairly simple. I am also, though, going to start one more thing, because I don't know how long that sock is going to take me to finish, and I would rather have the next sock started. So with the Happy Feet yarn that I worked my boyfriend's sock out of, I am going to cast on a pair of socks, probably a partying it up and getting down sock with this. That is my plan. I'm gonna rewind it into a cake. Yeah, just because like this is kind of messy, and I know that as it gets, it's going to be in my work bag, and this kind of skein, when it's like being transferred, work bag, pocket, etc., it gets kind of floppy and can possibly get tangled up. So I'm gonna wind it into a cake before I start that. That's my plan. I have not yet read today, even though if you watched yesterday, you'll know that I have 3 books that I am trying to read. The Tale of Genji, which is 1,060 pages and is intimidating to me. My tentative goal is a chapter a day. I didn't manage to do it yesterday. I read about half a chapter and I haven't read yet today. So that's not great. But we'll see. I tentatively wanted to read 20 pages in Please Don't Sit on My Bed in Your Outside Clothes. Did not read that yesterday. Haven't read yet today. And then the other book is Wild Country, and I just want to read as much of that as possible. But I didn't read any of that yesterday. And I don't know if I'm going to read it today. So off to a fabulous start on my reading goals. Whatever, they're arbitrary. Doesn't really matter. All right, friends, I'm gonna put a little bit of footage of stuff at the end of this, but otherwise I will see you tomorrow. Bye.